Good morning, this is Nicholas from Gandor Gaming, and the OCG just had their newly forbidden and limited list for the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, meaning we usually follow suit. If you don't know, us TCG players usually have our ban list a couple days to a couple weeks after the OCG, and meaning that we're pretty close to a ban list season. We usually are like a format behind the OCG, however, lately we've been pretty close to them, so we should be following suit pretty closely. So let's talk about their ban list and what I personally think will be getting hit on our ban list. And I feel like there are some exceptions and there will be some major differences. So let's get straight into this. So first things first, I do think D Shifter will be going to 1 for us in the TCG, even though personally I do feel like D Shifter is a bannable card. Now, you're probably wondering, D Shifter, it's going to 1, and that's a big deal, and it is. I'm happy that this freaking lingering floodgate is finally going to be leaving the format, quote unquote. I feel like to 1 just makes it even more sacky than it already is as a card. Now it just means, hey, if I open my 1 of D Shifter, my 40 card deck, and your deck just completely crumbles to it, well, I guess you just need to play better. I guess you need to win the dice better. I guess I just get better at the game. I really hate lingering floodgates like this, especially hand traps. D-Shifter and Droll and Lockbird are 2 of my most hated cards in the game. I know Droll is not on this list, and they probably won't be on our list either. However, I do feel like both these hand traps should be addressed in the future. Both are not fun. Both are very restrictive to the card game, and both are just lingering floodgates that nobody likes. I don't care how many people say it's a necessary evil. It's just an evil card, and honestly, it needs to go. If Jesse Kine believes it, I believe it. But to be honest, I've always hated Droll. If you're familiar with my channel, I really just do not like lingering floodgates, monsters, hand traps, or just the continuous kind. So I'm happy Droll's going to 1. Well, not Droll. D-Shifter's going to 1. But I do feel like it should have just been banned. It just means it's more sacky, kind of like Call By. They also talk about, so let's go, Artifact Safe going to Forbidden and Limited list. We already have it Forbidden, so we don't have to worry about that. It's already gone. Summon Limit going to Forbidden. That could happen for us. It's at 1 right now. I would be against it personally, but at the same time, there's so many what-if floodgates. They should have just outright banned them all. Like, if you're going to ban Summon Limit, you might as well ban Skill Drain. There can only be 1. Rivalry, Goes In, Anti-Spell, and a whole bunch of horrible continuous cards that are just, like, ruining the game. Don't get me wrong, that I haven't really seen prevalence. You only see them in, like, the rogue decks. However, all of them together, it's just not fun. We can all agree that this is just a unfun mechanic in the card game, and we should not be supporting it. So personally, I think Droll should be banned. I think D-Shifter should be banned. I think Dimensional Barrier should be banned. That's not even on this list, but I do think D-Barrier should go. Will it happen? Probably not, for some damn reason. That card literally locks decks out of the game. Like, you could be playing your freaking $400 Raziel deck. They'll flip up a D-Barrier and say XYZ, and you just lose game 3. I feel like that's just completely unfair, especially since you could talons into it. The fact you just go, my opponent ashed me. Well, let me just search D-Barrier now with my triple tactics talent. Oh, not triple tactics talent. What's the the talons? Whichever talons card can just search D-Barrier. D-Barrier needs to go. Personally, I just always hate this card. It needs to go as well. They also hit 7 Tachyon to 1. I can see it going to semi-limited for us, just because we haven't even touched it here in the TCG. They also put Dormouse to 1, and they also put Sword Raziel to 1. So that could also happen for us, but I can also see them going to 2, just because they're newer for us, they're newer cards. So who knows? Grass Looks Greener is already a one-of in our format, so that's not really changing there. And then, of course, for the semi-limited list, we do have some things different to them as well. Pearly's Sleepy Memory is already at 2 for us, and it's not doing anything. Personally, I think it's fine at 2. I kind of don't want Pearly to come back with Draw 3 again. Cyberjar going to 3 doesn't do anything. I know it's going to 2 in the OCG, so it probably happened the same here. And that's it for the semi-limited list. At least that's what the OCG had. I do think that cards that might be limited or banned could be Muhammad Shark and Totally Awesome, not because of Sharks, but because of Raziel. I know in a recent tournament, they ended up playing a Shark engine in their Raziel deck in order to make a early Bahamut into Toad, which is very terrifying and very scary. I could see Toad finally biting the bullet because of this. Toad has always been a problem because of other decks. If it wasn't Tier Elements, it was Sprite. If it wasn't Sprite, it's now Raziel. Like, Toad has always been an issue, and don't get me wrong, if you follow my channel, you know I'm a huge Toad fan. I don't want Toad to go. Bahamut Shark is really the answer here because Bahamut is it was what getting cheated off by Sharks. However, that is a huge Shark hit as well. So I don't really know where the answer to that is. Maybe they're fine, but I do feel like Bahamut Shark or Toad, if that engine becomes more prominent in Raziel or any other rank 4 deck, I can see one of them biting the bullet. Again, for newly unlimited, we don't have Kieran to 2. We have Kieran at 3, so that does nothing. Monkey Board could go to 3. Who cares? Again, Pendulums ain't doing anything. Not to mention, the Plush Fire has already been eroded. Chronograph Sorcerer going to 3. Doesn't do anything because we already have it at 3. Masterpiece going to 3 is kind of crazy because we don't even have it. We don't have it banned here in the TCG. So I can see Masterpiece going to 1 for us, even though it probably won't do anything at 3 for us either. But again, we follow a very safe regard for our banned cards. The fact that it's banned here and it's unlimited there probably means we'll probably get it back at 1. Morphine Jar 70 limited to unlimited. That's fine. Who cares? Snatch still going to 3 is kind of crazy. We only currently have it as a 1 of. I can see it going up to 2 and see how that goes for us, but who knows? And then Zodiac Barrage going to 3. Well, we have it at 1. I think on our newest list, we unlimited it. We put it to 1. So I can see Zodiac Barrage going back to 2. That's just how we work. We're very cautious with our ban list. We usually don't just jump something to 3 unless unless Konami says so. So that's really it for the list. That's really all the hits. Do I think there'll be anything that I didn't mention? Probably. I would like D-Shifter. I would like Droll. And I would like some other really annoying floodgatey cards. Why did we stop at just summon limit? We could hit Ver could only be 1. We could hit Rivalry. We could hit Gozen. I hate that we put these cards to 1 and then just outright ban them, because it just means if you draw it, you're more sacky to me, and it kind of just sucks. Anyway, hope you all enjoy. Don't do anything stupid. See you next one, and bye-bye.